Good evening, S.O.A.R scholars. I hope everything has been going outstanding for you this week. Everything has been absolutely phenomenal. You've been having a lot of fun in school and your events and everything you do. And I first want to thank you for joining tonight. Most of you, if not all of you, actually have made it here on time, and I'm excited to be here. It's been a couple of years since I had an opportunity to teach this class because I am Chef Andre Blasigame. I run the virtual hospitality and travel portion of the S.O.A.R umbrella of teachings that we do for the 9th through the 12th grade. And I'm excited to be here this evening as we continue to go on in fundamentals of business and fundamentals of entrepreneurship. We'll be doing business tonight. We'll be doing entrepreneurship on Thursday. And so you're going to get an opportunity to have a lot of fun. I hope you guys have your homework and your notes from the previous class. And we're going to jump right into it and let you know a little bit about myself. Actually, before we start, anybody have anything phenomenal that has happened to them this week that they like to share with the group, whether it be towards going into your business, something great that happened in school? I want to take one or two people so we can kind of open this up, get to know you guys, and don't let me have to volunteer you, okay? Anybody just come off mute, and the first person to come off mute. Oh, Layla, am I saying that correctly?
Yes.
Layla, all right, Layla, tell me something phenomenal that happened to you this week.
I had my first driving session yesterday. So that was the first time I ever drove, and I did really well.
Excellent.
I have a few things I need to work on, but I was nowhere near crashing. I didn't slam on the brakes. I didn't like go too slow, have people honking the horn at me. It was a positive experience. I was nervous, but I overcame it, and I was so happy.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anybody else driving? If anybody else is driving and learning how to drive, put a one in the chat and also put some hands together and clap it up for Layla. You know, learning to drive, it can be tough. It can be tough, especially depending on the type of instructor you got. Some parents are not designed to teach their children to drive, but some are. So congratulations to you, Layla. Megan, what's going on? It's good to see you again, Megan. Talk to me.
Hello, I'm glad to be
Hey.
back. So something phenomenal, I guess. I got a new job, so that's
Congratulations.
that's actually why I haven't been to the first two meetings actually, because I was training for my job. But I got a new job, so that's good.
That's what's up. Let's go. Starting that, learning how to, work and get that experience under your belt. That's always a great thing. Congrats, congrats. Shout out to Aurora. I saw the one in the chat. I hope I pronounced your name right, Aurora. I saw the one in the chat for learning how to drive. That's what's up. That is what's up. All right, so we're gonna hop into this. Just wanted to have a little fun. Know that we are a family here. Remember, once a S.O.A.R scholar, always a S.O.A.R scholar. I can't speak today, but I'm gonna work on that. We're gonna get through this, and excited for you guys to be here. Something phenomenal happened to me this week. I get to come and teach this class. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let me see if I can get this screen share working for me today. Is that it? Hold on one second. Don't you just love technology? You test it and you test it and you test it, and then when it's time to work it, it's often user error. Anybody agree with me? Anybody that doesn't, it's okay. Most of the time it is our fault. See, yeah, I like thumbs up. Remember, this class is going to be interactive, and we're going to need a lot of crowd participation because I like to have a lot of fun. And anybody that gives some of the best answers, you will hear the air horn today, because that's what we do. Let's see, don't have any sound to share. Boom. All right, welcome to day 3, fundamentals of application of business. I will be your facilitator professor for this evening, Chef Andre Blasingame, and I'm just excited. I'm just excited to be here today. I hadn't taught this class in a while, so it's like, wow, it's great. Everything that we got going on with S.O.A.R, success over and above reality. That's what we do. That's what we teach, and that's what we share here. And so just a little bit of background of me. That picture you see in the corner was from my team that I coach, my 2024 Ben Barber Innovation Academy. I am a coach for the culinary team, and we took 4th in the nation this past April. And those are 9th to 12th grade. So actually, those are 11th and 12th grade students that were in there, and had some great success stories from those kids. Some have gone off to college. One of them is going to Le Cordon Bleu in Paris, starting in January. Another one just got certified as a sous chef with his culinary program, certified line sous chef. So a lot of great things that we do. Of course, I live here in Dallas, Texas. Shout out to everybody on the East Coast, top of the coast and bottom of the coast. I know I got some Floridians in the house. But just a little background about myself. It's 30 years of experience in business and entrepreneurship. I'm the current board chairman and owner of Heavenly Catering International. That's my catering company that I have here. We do catering mainly in the South, and we go as far down as Costa Rica. You'll learn a little bit more about that. Uncommon Foods is the most recent project that we're currently working on. It's a completely gluten-free company, starting with gluten-free all-purpose flours, bread flours, desserts, and different things for the gluten-free. If you don't know anything about gluten-free, it's a hot commodity right now. Our biggest product right now is our gluten-free pizza shells. And so we've had an opportunity to get that in some local restaurants here in Texas, and we're looking to expand to a couple of movie theaters here as well. I also own and co-founder of the Urban Chefs Network. The Urban Chefs Network, our mission and vision is to help promote and educate our community on health and wellness. Your health is your wealth. By including the community in fresh farm to table offers and educational cooking on the right nutrients for your body. We're going to be launching here in the next few months on a Roku channel called DGN, Dallas Global Network, and you'll be able to actually see our shows on there that we're in the community doing different cooking events, educating the community on how to eat. I am a part of a group called Extreme Execution, which is founded by Dr. Eric Thomas, E.T. the hip hop preacher, if you ever heard of him. I am certified as a coach in that. I'm also the chairman and department chair and chef for my Costa Rica project at Cata University in Costa Rica to bring fusion cuisine down to Costa Rica. Everything I do is pretty much surrounded around by food. I'm a former chef at Walt Disney World, Dr. Pepper, American Airlines. I'm a 2-time world food champ, 2-time Texas super chef. I'm currently also a Sam's Club super chef, 4 times Pro Start national champion. And for my community service and what I really love to give back, of course, S.O.A.R, old school to new school, where we help inner city youth learn about motorsports, get into motorsports, like NASCAR, NHRA, motocross, et cetera, et cetera. BCA Global is a Black Culinary Alliance of chefs that are global. We do things all over the globe. And I'm also a member of the Rotary Club. So you have a little bit of background about me. I do quite a few things, and I really love to give back to my community. And everything that I do is give back to my community. And now that you're a S.O.A.R scholar, you are in my community and everybody that is attached to you. And I hope that the information that you get today will be valuable. You'll be able to take that and really frame what you're going to do with your business going forward, or what you want to do in any of your endeavors going forward. And then be able to use the tools and information that we give here at S.O.A.R for the rest of your life, because these are the things that are going to be instilled in you things that's going to be applicable to everything that you do going forward in life, not just in business, but in your personal life as well. All right, let's keep it moving. You have any questions, comments, concerns? If anybody want to jump in, please let me know. If I'm talking too fast, please put it in the chat. Chef, I need you to slow down. If not, we're going to keep it moving. All right, reminders, okay? Camera's on, mic's off. If you're in a quiet place, all right? Make sure you always have that ready and available to bring it on. Ask questions as we move along for each topic, okay? That's very important. Don't feel free to stop, put your hand up. I do have people monitoring the chat, so if you put something in the chat and I don't get to see it, I'm sure somebody will bring it to my attention. Also, take notes. Whether you do it digitally, whether you do it old school with notebooks, I have like 4 or 5, literally, like I'm not kidding. You know, I keep like 4 or 5 notebooks right at my desk of different ideas, things that I come across, things that I see. And you know, you become your own walking encyclopedia or walking Google sometimes. Yeah, you guys are in the Google world. Probably don't even Google encyclopedia anymore. And be open to share. You'll get out what you put into it. So this will be interactive. There will be questions. There will be opportunities to stop, excuse me, throughout this. And let's see what I want to do. Let me make that view bigger so I can see people. Excellent. All right, let's continue. All right, roadmap and objectives. So you've had an opportunity to be with Professor J the last 2 classes. So I'm going to ask this question. What is business in your own words? Based on the information you got in the previous 2 classes on business and entrepreneurship and what you know about business, and I know many of you have business plans and business that you're working on. What is a business in your own words? Anybody like to come off mute? Nobody? Am I gonna have to volunteer somebody? Okay, who is that? Who did I see?
Milena.
Melina, go right ahead.
So I think a business is like something that like like a person's idea and like it generates money. I guess, yeah.
You know what? That is a raw and uncut direct version. Good. Anybody else? Good, Melina.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yes, Catherine?
Yep. I think a business is like the organized effort of a lot of individuals or a group of individuals to satisfy the needs of a community or society.
Very nice. Quantify the needs of a community or society. Excellent. Anybody else?
I went with Catherine because that was basically a definition I had as well. Like also like helping society in like in favors, like helping the poor or like basically community service in that way as well.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I think it's all about like goods and services, about the consumer and the producer, providing goods for people, society.
Excellent. So I'm going to give you in my own words. I was going to give you the industry definition, but I'm going to give you in my own words, a business that solves a problem that's profitable. That's the cut and dry of it. Because when you start a business, you're offering a service. And when you offer that service, it's to fulfill a need, right? And it's a little different than a nonprofit. A nonprofit operates like a business, but a nonprofit is not in the business of making profit. That's why they call it that. And it's geared more towards community service and different things to get people to donate into, as opposed to a product, good, or service to become profitable, right? So when you think about your business, think about a problem that you're trying to solve. Figure out a problem that you're trying to solve and how to profit from it. You know, and I tell anybody that gets into business, it's great in business that you want to help people. It's great in business that you're solving a problem. But when you get into business, you get into business to be profitable, right? If you have a passion, much like myself and Rosie and the other board members, that the profit doesn't matter as much to you, then you open a nonprofit business because it's more about the community service at that point. It's something that's ingrained in you, something that's more to the heart, something that's more personable, right? But on the business side, like with my catering business, I fulfill a need for corporate clients. Corporate clients don't want to cook. They have meetings all the time and they don't want to send somebody out to buy it. They rather pay somebody to prepare it. And that's where my company comes in. We prepare it, we go deliver it, we set it up, whatever the client wants to pay for. We do that for profit. You know, now with the other nonprofits, with Urban Chef and also with S.O.A.R, you know, those are all labels of love. And it's okay if you want to start one of those, right? But you just got to know what it is and what the differences are. It's an Africa. All right. So real quick, let me get two people. Is there, matter of fact, let me backtrack. Is there anybody on here that is not interested in owning their own business? Let me get a show of hands. Anybody? Oh, we got a full business group in here. Let's go. Okay, Kendall and Ali. Excellent. So Kendall and Ali, I'm gonna put you guys up real quick. So in this research and in this project, if you're not doing a business, you got to do the research project, and you got to figure out what college that you're interested in, right? So Ali, if you wouldn't mind telling me, what college have you been looking at and what are you interested in?
Mostly, I've been into CSI work and criminal situation work. So, if I could, I would go to Middlesex College and I would do 2 there, and then I would do 2 at a different one. Or I could do a training camp and then I could start full time at a university and then go into training for CSI work.
CSI. Okay. So why did you choose CSI?
The main purpose why I chose CSI work is more because there's been a lot of stuff happening, and I wouldn't really look at myself as a doctor, but there's been like certain things that in cases it's my family, there's like a running joke saying that if I was put in a courtroom, I would be an amazing defendant because I know how to get my point across, even if it's persuasive. So I would either work in the law statement of immigration or I would just overall go into the big criminal section of it because there's multiple parts of it which are
Mhm.
really important to cover.
Outstanding. Outstanding. I love to hear that. Are you a part of your school's debate team if they have the debate team?
The debate team is in a junior high, so no, not really.
Ah, okay. I was going to tell you, yeah, join the debate club. You'll have an absolute ball. And I think it was Kendall. Was that also you that was interested in going to college?
Yeah, that was me. I want to go to FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City for interior design.
Okay, I'm about to dust my shoulders off with that one. You're going for the best of the best. New York Fashion Week is crazy up there. So, Kendall, why did you decide to go with fashion?
So honestly, well, I've always been interested in fashion. Like, it's very corny, but literally fashion is my passion. I love everything to do with that industry. And I want to model, like that's like my main like career path. But honestly, until then, I mean, there's something I obviously have to do. So interior design, I've always really had an interest in it. My mom has done interior design, so it was always just like a very interesting path for me to be able to take. And for college, until I'm like really set off, like for modeling, interior design is like the only thing I'd want to do. So
Outstanding. Excellent, excellent. Well, the information you're going to learn in these sessions is going to be great because eventually, you know, as a designer, you're going to become your own business. So this is definitely beneficial. And the same thing in the criminal justice side. You know, you could open up your own law firm as opposed to, you know, just working for the city, right? You know, you have options. Good. All right. So breakout sessions today. I want you guys to jot down these questions and I'll have them available when we go to the breakout portion. How does your business benefit your target audience? I want you guys to think about that. That's important. The business. For my students going to college, think about how once you graduate from college, what is your target audience that you want to help with that knowledge? Kendall, you're going into fashion. Who is your audience? You know, anybody is not an acceptable answer. Everybody has an audience, from Louis Vuitton to FUBU to Walmart's, what is that? Not Great Outdoors. What is the name of that? George, the Walmart brand, right? Everybody has a target audience. So you want to narrow that down and know what your target audience is, right? And the same thing, you know, even on the college side, how do you intend for your college major to be a benefit? How's it going to serve others? Target audience, okay? Then we're going to talk about the importance of finding a mentor. We're going to talk about a few models today: business model canvas, the value model canvas, and then reminders for the elevator pitch. I forgot to change the date. It's actually October 22nd, not April 9th. Just want to make sure that's on the recording. I missed it in my editing today. It's October 22nd, not April 9th. All right. So that's our course for today. All right. So between the two classes you had with JR, did everybody get a chance to start their business idea and start their research on their college? Excellent. So besides the ones that have already spoke, that have already spoke, someone come off mute and tell me their business idea. Let's see. Aurora. Oh, Excel, did you come off mute?
Yeah.
I see Excel, and Aurora, you'll be next, okay?
Melina also came off mute.
And Melina. Excel, go right ahead.
Okay. So my business idea was just to, what do you call it? Have a, one second. Just like give back to the community, like have like a, what word I just went blank. Like to help like the homeless people out, like a homeless shelter. And like just give back to people so people don't have to like think about what to get their next meal from, or like, you know, find where to sleep, because I want to be a neurosurgeon, but you know, that can be like a little side tax for me. I don't know. I just wanted to like do that. Excellent. I think it's like the medical, you know, just like the medical field in my head, just trying to help people so they don't have to be in the streets and stuff. Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, have you drafted up your vision statement for that yet?
Yeah, we did that the first day.
Excellent. Let me hear it.
All right. Let me get it.
And if you don't already have your vision statement prepared for the people that that came off mute to tell the business plan, go ahead and grab it and your mission statement.
Okay. So my vision statement said to establish people around the world with a place to feel at ease. And the mission statement says to offer humans with a place to sleep, eat, and just relax, a place where people don't have to think about where the next shower or meal comes from.
That is outstanding. You know, if I could find the article, I just read an article the other day about a gentleman that retired from corporate America, and he started a nonprofit. He took school buses and turned the back of the school bus into showers. In the front of the school buses is a place where people can, where the homeless can pick up clothes, shoes, and things like that people donated out in Atlanta. When I find the story, I'll put it in the Google Classroom, or maybe we'll get it out there. But I thought it was incredible. You know, he retired from almost 30 years of working in the industry and started this nonprofit, and has really been, you know, making some changes in Southwest Atlanta. So you're definitely on the right track with helping people. Good job. Vision and mission statement. All right. Let's see. You said Aurora. I think I saw you come off mute, right?
Yes. So the college that I wanted to go. Wait, what am I supposed to say again? I'm sorry.
All right. So this is the review of your business idea, or the college you tend to research.
Okay. My business idea was my vision statement was to be able to create a bakery business where I'm able to explain and establish my creativity and ideas about culinary arts and gastronomy into a way where I can make a profit off of it towards my community. And for my mission statement, it was to spread
love, knowledge, and information about good food and baked goods to not only my community, but several different countries and hopefully the world. Yeah.
Excellent. What was the vision statement?
The second one, I split it in half. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
think I together. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Well, you talking my language when it comes to food and baking. I'm an
Yes.
incredible baker. It's not necessarily one of the things that I love to do, but baking is one of the reasons why we started Uncommon Foods for people with the gluten allergies. So we're fixing a problem, and because baking, there's some great ones out there. There's King Arthur, there's Red Mill, all those kind of flours, but a lot of them are missing some graininess and grit to it. And so we've created a product that is cup for cup. So y'all that may not know anything about food, cup for cup in baking means that we created an alternate all-purpose flour that you don't have to change your recipe to make it gluten-free. You can use cup for cup. So, but Aurora, I'm looking forward to hearing about where you want to take your culinary activities, and you should check in your school to see if the culinary program at your high school participates in ProStart. Because that would be a good, or Skills USA, or FCCLA. Those are all culinary competitions on the high school level. They offer scholarships to go to college as well, when you place in different parts of the competition. So I would suggest you talk to your teachers or whatever, the neighboring school, magnet school, and find out about it, because that'll really help bless your culinary journey. Cool?
All right. Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. And did you say, who else did you say, Professor C?
Melina.
Melina, go right ahead.
So my business idea is to create be a nail technician and make my own salon, like nails, hair, and lashes overall. And it's because I want to make people all around me and my community to feel pretty and to feel confident in themselves. So yeah.
Outstanding. Oh, I see Professor J put his work in. And actually, you guys put in the work in just to have that, together. And for my college, my students that aren't looking at a business currently, going into college, make sure you review your primary reasons and identify the things you want to research about your specific college. Okay. Excellent. I'm loving these business ideas. I'm loving that it's a nice, diverse, because believe it or not, all of you are probably end up doing business together, right? In some capacity, because just from the 3 businesses that I've heard, each of you are doing something different. We've got the medical industry, and then we've got, the homeless piece to it. Then we've got baking. Then we've got fashion, right? Then we've got nail tech. Quite a few ladies on this call. You want to get your nails done so you look good when you accept your awards. Everybody's got to eat. Why not get some of Aurora's fresh bread, right? For the, fashion is my passion. You can create fashion specifically to donate to the homeless. There is a group in Minnesota, and they recycle old t-shirts. And what they do is you could send all the old t-shirts that you have to them, pay a nominal fee, and they will turn it into a quilt for you, right? And I was like, that is an ingenious idea. Because I know we all have shirts and t-shirts. Sometimes we grow out of them. We get too big for them. We get too small for them in some cases. And we usually donate them. But you could take some of that and send it to this group that does that, and they'll quilt it together for you, right? So there's so many different ways that you guys will be able to work together in that. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Oh, and thank you, Professor C. She put in the chat the story from Atlanta. Thank you so much for that, that gentleman is in there. Excellent. Who is this? Oh, Megan's coming back in the room. And don't forget, you still gotta be prepared for your elevator pitch as we go through these business plans, okay? Excellent. Let's keep it moving. What time we got? Oh, man, we making great time. Making great time. All right, so we're gonna hop into some breakout sessions, okay? And so in these breakout sessions, there's going to be presenters and there's going to be listeners, okay? So when you get into these breakout rooms, and who all from the board do I have on? I know we got Latoya.
I'm here now, Dre.
Professor C, Professor J. Appreciate you. Got C Morgan. Excellent. Rosie's here. Excellent. So I'm going to break you out into groups. We're going to take about 6 minutes in the breakout room. Okay. And this is how the structure is going to go. There's going to be presenters. So there's going to be someone in the group, and actually all of you are going to be able to do it. I don't know if you'll make it through all 6 minutes, but you should be able to. There's going to be presenters. Somebody's going to present, and you're going to share your business or idea or college you intend to research. Share the draft of your vision statement and draft of your mission statement. Now, I would prefer that the people presenting are not the 3 that have already shared it with the group. I'll repeat it again. I would prefer that the 3 that already shared with the group their vision and mission statement not be the presenters in the group. Okay? If you understood what I said, put a 1 in the chat for me. No problem, Rosie. Excellent. I want to make sure that I'm being clear. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Let me know you're paying attention. All right. So everybody else that is not presenting, I want you to be the listener. Is that person's business idea clear? Do you understand the business they are wanting to start? Do you understand? Make sure you're writing this down. Do you understand why they want to research this particular college they identified? Was the mission and vision statement clear? And did you understand it? Okay. So anybody that doesn't know, don't understand the directions that we're going. Got it, Toya? Everybody good? Excellent. Let me get these breakout rooms together. All right.
Thank you, man. Maya asked if you could say it one more time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, JR. All right. So if you're a presenter, you're going to present your vision, mission statement, and your business idea to the group or the college that you plan on doing your guided research on. Okay. Listeners. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull this back up.
I usually suggest them, excuse me, Chef Jay, to take a picture of it, of the screen on their phones. Then they'll have it when it goes back and forth.
Excellent. Well, you know what? Let me share it back then. I can most certainly do that. See, that's why you got to have a team. Team keep you on track. Give great ideas. All right, can everybody see that? Once you've taken a picture of this, you can screenshot it if you're actually on the phone, on your phone. Put a 1 in the chat for me, and I'm going to create these breakout groups. Excellent. Loving the ones, loving the ones. All right. Breakout rooms. Let's see. How many students do we have in here? 18? So let's put 6. One, two, three, 4, 5. Excellent. 1, 2, 6. Pause for the cause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Michael. All right. I think I have everybody assigned. Kendall. I appreciate y'all patience.
Chef Trey,
Yes.
when you get a chance, we just need to speak with Zephaniah Glover. I don't have him on our record, so I just want to make sure that we
Yes.
get information.
They sent me a message. Thank
Okay,
you.
awesome. Thank you.
All right. I see some people have not accepted their breakout room. All right. Everybody has not accepted their breakout room. Naya Ichi, did you accept your breakout room, please?
Hi, hello, can you confirm? Oh, I was gonna ask him who he was.
Oh, do you want me to put him? You want me to put it back in?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can, now that all the scholars in the breakout room, just confirm. Hi, Zephaniah, can you confirm who you are, please? We need to confirm for attendance. You can put it in the chat as well. Okay, Zephaniah, we're gonna move you to the waiting room. All right, Dre, you need
Hold
me
on
in
1
the
second, you
breakout room,
guys.
right?
Hold on 1 second. Yes.
Okay, okay.
JR said I'm still broadcasting. I thought I turned it off. So
It does that sometimes. It's glitchy.
okay. Now
Yes.
we may not have had
Yeah.
enough time because of some technical issues. So I'm gonna lead to my board that was in each one of the rooms. Do we need to go back into the room? I do have about 10 minutes of of leeway with the training today. Excellent. So I'm gonna put everybody back in their rooms so that they can finish. Let's see. C is in that room, Toya is in that room, and JR is in that one. Excellent. All right. Gonna open our rooms, gonna get another 5 minutes. Actually, I'm gonna make it 6 this time. And boom, let's go back to the breakouts.
That was good. That was
My
good.
apologies. Professor J, do you want to go ahead and finish the last part of your statement? It'd probably be great for the group.
Well, I'll just wrap it up with Melanie. I was just saying, put down that name for now, and if you come up with something with your sister later, you could always update it.
Very nice. Very nice. Let's see. Do we have everybody back? All right. Let's see. Toya says I got 21 participants. Look like somebody fell off. Yep. The unknown.
We lost Naya during the session, so
Okay. I thought it was somebody that logged off. Hopefully she'll log back on. All right. So for the next one, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna do a 5-minute break until 7:30, and then we're gonna come back in and we're gonna dive into the rest of this. Be prepared, with a few breakout shares. I want about 2 or 3 people to, actually one person from each room. Tell me about somebody's business and did it make sense to them? All right. So we're gonna break until 7:30, and I'll see you guys back at 7:30. Get you some water, use the restroom, but we're gonna take this quick break. All right, we are back. Welcome back from that quick group. Excellent. All right, so group 1. Can I get one volunteer to tell me from group 1 to tell me the person's business and did it make sense and their vision and mission statement?
I can go.
All right, Excel, go right ahead.
Do we talk about every single one of them, or just pick one person?
Just one person to work.
Okay, we'll just go to the first person that went. I think that was Elijah. His business was graphic design and graphic tees. He doesn't really know his target audience yet. He's getting to that. He didn't really have a mission or vision statement. And then something that inspires like him for his business with like YouTubers. And like we try to give him ideas and like how to, I think Miss Morgan tried to give him how to make like his mission and vision statement. Because apparently like the graphic tees are like comfortable and YouTubers like inspire him, and he likes like the design and stuff. So that's like his business basically.
Okay, that makes sense to you?
His business, yeah. I feel like if he had the mission and vision statement, I would like have more clarity on his stuff. But I feel like he knows what he wants his business to do. He's just not clarified on it. That's what I feel like. Yeah.
Excellent. So Elijah, we need to work on that vision and mission statement so people can have a clear understanding what it is you're going to do in your business. Excellent. Thank you, Excel. Room 2. Can I get a volunteer from room 2 to tell me about someone's business? Layla, I see you raise your hand.
So I think I was good too, but we had a lot of like really good ideas from like clothing, like fashion, and the food industry, and like just a very broad, beautiful ideas. I think his name was Michael. He had an idea about selling smoothies, and I very much understand like his vision. He wants to share like his culture and everything. He does have a mission statement. He does have a vision statement. I have to pull up the questions again, but
did it make sense to you?
Yes, 100% made sense to me. It's a reason why I chose him like to go about, because he talks about it and he's very passionate, and it's very it's something that you really want to see come together and you really want to like experience.
Excellent. Good. Shout out to Michael. She understood it. Vision and mission statement on point. Let's go. Excellent. All right, room 3. I need one of the listeners to tell me about the business one of the presenters presented.
That was
No.
us, guys. We were group 3.
Yep. If you're in the room with Professor J.
So Sneaker, I think her name was her business idea was to make books more accessible, and because like she feels like everybody deserves to have access to books and like just be cozy with books, and she just like really wanted to make books more accessible, like digitally and like in real life.
Excellent. And the business made sense to you and you understood it?
Yeah. She explained
Excellent.
it very well. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. So all the ideas and everything that you talked about, you guys today with your business vision and mission statements, be sure to fine tune all that, because all of that is part of your pitch. Okay. You're going to get to that pitch perfect class, and that is the EOC, or the guided research, whichever one you do with the end. All the information that you're gathering in each class leads up to that final end of course presentation. And the business plan, the vision and mission statement helps for you to line up your business, once you go through this program or while you're in this program, to develop it and actually make it become real. Excellent. Thank you, guys. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, so we're going to switch. We're going to take a little few notes here. Characteristics of a business owner. Now, I got this information from Professor Rainey, who normally teaches this class, and so it's wonderful to have a different, perspective when it comes to characters of a business. So I decided to use hers today, instead of my own, because I know all the board members know I have a whole different list, right? But this one is excellent. Characteristics of a business owner. So 60% of Fortune 1000 companies started during a recession or a depression. So they should still be teaching this in history books. Everything is changing so rapidly. But recession and depression is, believe it or not, especially here in the US, is when most businesses thrive. And one of the characteristics of a business owner is being able to have an idea during that time for it to blossom. There were probably more millionaires made during COVID than they want to publicize. There were some people in the Fortune 500 billionaires list that fell out of the top 400 because they didn't know how to pivot during that time. And then you have tried and true vets like Warren Buffett, who is still, in the top 5 richest people in the world, just based on, the business choices. So Zoom meetings, that's right. Zoom meetings. It's crazy. That's a good point, Professor J. Good point. So some characteristics that you want to have for you and your business, right? You want to underpromise and overdeliver. That is something that is very, very, very key. That doesn't mean to minimize your business or devalue your business. That means don't ever overpromise, because you may underdeliver. It may be stuff that's out of your hands. I'm going to talk about the fashion industry. Don't promise that you can do 10,000 shirts in 30 days and your supplier only has 5,000, right? Because then you're going to underdeliver and then it's going to devalue your product. Always underpromise and overdeliver. Who do you need to become, right? Research your industry. Research you. Learn more about you. Professor C and I, we are both coaches, and we go through constant CE, continuing education in our regular fields, to continue to grow and become better. And we probably coach ourselves more in building up than we actually do learn about coaching, because that gives us the ability to be better for our target audience. All right. So make sure that you realize who you need to become for this business that you want to launch to become successful. And it never stops. You're always learning, right? You're never so wise that you don't learn more. All right. So good is no longer good enough because of AI. Okay. And changes in the economy. So with the emergence of artificial intelligence, and I know Professor Jay touched on it in his classes, it's making the work easier, but you have to figure out how to make it profitable in what business that you're doing, right? Because a lot of people are using it. Automation is here. It's just like the industrial age. You know, I call this the internet age. 100 years ago, around the same time, there was an industrial boom in the early 1900s that production was off the chain. You know, the Fairchilds and the Vanderbilts and the Rothschilds were all, you know, building these giant factories for people to go work in and build industry. 100 years later, industry is now switched to, I call it internet because that's the word that I choose because I encompass it all in there. But everything that's going with intelligence and technology, you've got to be in the know. And you have to constantly be continuing to growing because, you know, you're not really competing with AI. AI is completing you. You're completing it. But you got to stay ahead of the trends so that you know for your customers that you're serving. Fall in love with the customer you are serving. That's important. We used to have a saying in hospitality that the customer is always right. Well, I teach people the customer isn't always right, but you make them feel that way. That's the best way to have hospitable customer service. They're not always right, but you make them feel that way. Word choices, things how you compensate them, how you help them out, even though if they were completely wrong, you make them feel as if they were right. Know what people want, know what people need, okay? Those things are critically important characteristics as a business owner. All right, we're gonna keep it moving because let's see, we end in 20 minutes. All right, cool. Why start your own business? How does your business benefit your target audience, right? How do you intend for your college major to benefit the career that you intend to pursue? So I'm gonna talk to Excel because Excel, if I remember correctly, you're going to school to be a neurosurgeon. How does your neurosurgeon, you know, going to college play into your business of going into helping the homeless, you know, as a nonprofit? Because you said it was a side hustle, right? So that side hustle technically would not be a profit if you're going for a nonprofit. It would be a nonprofit. But how does it help your target audience? I want you to keep that in mind. And Excel, I just used it as an example because, you know, going to school for become a neurosurgeon, and then you want to open up, you know, a homeless shelter. Those are two widely separate dynamics, but they both involve the brain, right? And how it works, right? And so for you, knowing your target audience, how do the homeless think based on different studies, right? There's only so much you can do unless you actually go and live there and be with them, right? On a regular basis. But there are some characteristics that you can see. And like I said, I'm using you as an example because, you know, most of the homeless that I know are actually strong hustlers. They're business people. They don't mind spending 8 to 10 hours a day out there. And a lot of people don't know this. The average homeless person makes almost $35,000 a year panhandling, right? Just walking up and down the street with a sign that says, we'll work for food, donate, any little bit helps. So just imagine the opportunity that somebody can have in helping this homeless and turn them into, you know, business people, giving them jobs, different things like that. Not just, you know, with the showers and clothing and things, but your education that you have in school could also be that benefit to get them up off the negative area that they're in. And some deal with addictions. There's so many different things that are out there, but that business could really become something more in the education space of growing them. Does that make sense? So for everybody on here, you're welcome. So everybody on here, think about the why you start your business. And it's usually not the initial why. Most people's initial why, I want more money so I can buy stuff, right? But it's going to go a little bit deeper, and we're going to talk about that in the 7 levels, all right? So the 7 levels deep exercise. Now, this is in your Google Classroom. If you have not done it, or if you have not seen it, let me take it like that because we're presenting this here. Make sure you get into it. Now, what I like about the 7 levels of deep exercise is that it really gets into your why. I mean, like deep into your why. And I'll give you an example. There was a story. I was at a conference in Vegas, man, probably 20 years ago. And this story has always stuck with me. There was a gentleman up there speaking, and he was talking about what motivates people in business. What is their why? And he told a story about a young man that was joining the business. This was multi-level marketing business back then. That was joining the business. Gentleman by the name of Darnell Self, good friend. He asked him. He said, well, "Why are you starting the business?" And the guy said, "Because I want to make more money." He said, "Okay, you want to make more money, but why are you starting the business?" "Well, because I want to make $10,000. "Okay, but why do you want to make $10,000? "Well, because I need a new house." Said, "Well, why do you want a new house?" He said, "Well, because I have 3 children and my children share a room together, right? And it's not uncommon for kids, especially when they're small and growing up, to share a room together. I know some of y'all probably share rooms with your siblings now or have been. I know I shared a room with my sibling when I was younger, right? It's nothing different." He said, but what is the why?" He said, "Well," the guy, kind of broke down and got a little teary-eyed, and he said, "Well, 2 of them were boys and one of them's a girl, right? And I came home one day and my daughter was like, Dad, when am I going to get my own room? I'm getting older and I really don't feel comfortable changing around, my brothers, even though they're my brothers, right?" And so when the guy said that, the presenter said, "That's your why. It's not the money. It's not the bigger house. It's not the stuff. It's the impact that you're going to make in business." Because he wanted his daughter to have her own room so she could feel comfortable, right? So when you go into the 7 levels deep exercise and you talk about your why, right? It's important that you go deeper. And in the 7 levels deep exercise, one of the things says, what is important to you about becoming successful, right? What's important to you about this business being successful? And again, you will need to go to the Google Classroom for the whole thing because the slide didn't come out the way that I wanted it to beginning of the class. And once you define what's important to you about becoming successful in your business, then you're going to answer, why is it important for you to do whatever X, Y, Z is in the business? That's level 2. Level 3, you're going to take that answer and you're going to go deeper. Why is that important to you? Level 4, why is that answer you put important to you? Level 5 and 6, all the way down to get to 6. And then 6 and 7 is when you're going to understand the true why. And the example they have here was, the first one was, why you want to be successful? To make money, right? But why? Get out of debt. But why? Stop working so hard to pay someone else, right? But why? Because I want to do things in my life with the fruits of my labor. But why? To take care of my mother who is widowed and needs help. See, when you start breaking it down, your why with your business or what college you want to go to, you might start because this is the best college in the country, right? Well, because I got a full scholarship here. But what is this? What is that? Going on further and further. He wants to take care of his mother who is widowed, right? But why? Because she sacrificed everything to send me to college, and I want to make sure she is taken care of in her golden years. But why still? Because I want to be in control of my life. I want to help those around me, and I want to encourage them to help themselves. So when you dive into the several levels of deep exercise, right, you're going to start with the simple thing. Why you want to get in business? People get in business to make money. No, every businessman you talk to, they started the business to make money, to take care of a need, to fulfill a need. But what is that need for you? This example, make more money, get out of debt, stop working to pay somebody else. because I want to do things with my life. I want to take care of my mother. She sacrificed everything. Get down to the emotional feeling part of the why. All right. Anybody have any questions? Excellent. Again, that is in your Google Classroom. All right. So next one, the business canvas model. Let me see if I can. I think I pulled this one up already. And JR, if I remember correctly, you already spoke about this in your class.
Yeah, so we introduced the business model canvas in class 1, reviewed it in class 2, and then in class 2 introduced the value proposition canvas.
Outstanding. That's what I thought. So here is the business model proposition. This is the canvas, right? So this is an example that is on here that I believe you probably already seen in JR's class. Key partnerships, right? I will tell you now, in building a business or building a nonprofit or building anything, you can't do it alone. God did not intend for us to be alone, right? You know, I mean, in the beginning, God created man, then he gave him a woman because he felt like he didn't need to be alone. And here we are today. We all need somebody else to help, right? So making the partnerships for your particular business is going to be key and important. Doing the activity, finding the resources, the value proposition. We'll talk a little bit about that here in just a minute. One of the value propositions that's in here, talking about salons, it says allow the customer to have a fresh customer experience and reduce the gap of communication between the barber and the customer, right? That's a value proposition. Basically, providing value. You make a proposition, this is the value that you get from it. You're going to come into my barbershop or my salon, you're going to have an incredible experience. We're going to reduce communication between each other so that we can have a great segment. Building customer relationships, having channels. Like this one is probably a strong one in the business model that I've always liked. After the work is done, the customer gets to rate the experience. And this one is, salons was the example, the barber and the haircut. So when you're developing your business plan, using this model, this business model canvas will help you to streamline everything in your business, right? Again, this is in your Google Classroom. So you actually have this actual model that you can print off. You want to, you can take a picture of it now so you can have it, because this is going to help develop. And all these things that's in here, right? If I was to say each one of these different things, all of these would be within about a minute, right? If I was doing a pitch, start with the key activities, key resources, the value proposition, the customer relationships. I can put all that into 1 minute and turn it into a pitch. That's why documenting these things is critically important, okay? Anybody have any questions before I keep talking? Want to make sure. Excellent. So make sure you get that. That is in your Google Classroom. Now I'm going to move to the value proposition. So the value proposition one is important, and I know I have that screen pulled up, because it gives you a extended version of the proposition, right? We already saw over here that the barber allow the customer to have a fresh customer experience, reduce the gap of communication, et cetera, et cetera. Well, how do you do that, right? What products and services are you going to use to bridge that gap? I know a lot of people in business, they sell right on Instagram. Well, what's the next step when you sell out of Instagram? Does it go to a funnel? Does it go to someone that's in your office answering telephones? Does it go to an email service, right? How do you take that value proposition and expand it further? Gain creators, pain relievers. Pain relievers I'm gonna touch on real quick. Pain relievers is solving a problem. Customers have a pain. Your job in business is to alleviate that. That's why your value proposition is important, because you get more gains, you get more customers, you get more longevity, right? This is also in your Google Classroom. So make sure if you haven't already taken a picture, and then now you've done this, you probably talked about this in Professor Jay's class regularly, add this to it because it's only going to help your pitch as you build your business plan. Because when you go to advance, you want to have that business plan done and your pitch perfected, because now you're going to go into that next level of understanding for the fundamentals as far as how to actually get it done, where to go, what are the resources that you're going to need, what are the licensing, what are the banking requirements, et cetera, et cetera. So make sure you take these value propositions, the 7 levels of the deep dive, and the business model canvas, and really incorporate it into what you're doing with your business. All right, let's see. All right, for my guided research paper, people, here's just a quick outline for you, and we're going to talk about this in the class on Thursday as well. You're going to research a business, organization, college of your choice, and share why you chose them. All right, take a picture of this. This is also in your Google Classroom if you need to reference.
Dre,
Talk to me.
real quick. I never actually validated for this group. So you guys have a choice to either do the business track, where you're doing the business model canvas and value proposition and pitching on that, or the guided research paper on the college you want to go to. Is there anybody that wants to do the
Yes, there are
guided
2
research
students.
instead? Okay.
Yes, we
2 of them.
started in the beginning of the class, and there were 2 students that wanted to do the guided research. I did not write their names down because I was talking.
Okay.
Kendall is one of them.
Kendall
Got it.
and
It was Allie. I think was the other one.
Kendall and Allie.
Got it. So you
So,
two
yeah.
will be guided research and pitching on your college.
That is correct. Yeah, and
Okay.
Allie confirmed in the chat. Yes. So those 2.
I don't think it's just a college, but it's any organization. It could be
It's
a
a
college, it
research
could
of
be
business.
right.
But when we started in the beginning of the class, they had already chose the colleges that they wanted to go to. And so they're going to build their research paper on their college that they want to go to.
Gotcha.
All right. Cool. So your research, your business, organization, or college. Identify the important facts about the organization that you learned. Do your research, outline specific details, list your takeaways, consider yourself brand. And I'm going to go over this a bit more in the beginning of Thursday's class so that you guys won't have any issue. And I believe this is in Google Classroom. But for my guided research people, make sure you take a picture of this. We will talk about it on the beginning of Thursday's class. But there's no page requirement. There's no minimum or maximum page required. Just make sure you have all the content, the information, and that you needed to convey your message. Okay. If you have any questions about that, you can shoot me an email or you can put it in the chat, and we'll make sure we'll get you an answer. All right. How much time I got left? It is 6:57. So I'll keep this short and sweet. A mentor is someone that is going to help guide you and has the wisdom from previous experience on where it is that you're trying to go. When you're looking for a mentor, preferably you want to find someone that's in the industry or going into the industry that you want to go into. Preferably. Sometimes doesn't happen that way. Sometimes you get a great mentor that's never been in your industry, like my mentor is. Never been in anything food, but it's taught me so much, and we're on the same level. It's important to have that mentorship so that my bad, y'all. I'm in the central daylight savings time, so 7:37, not 6:37. My bad. It's almost 8 o'clock, not 7. So, the importance of that is to have a guide, to have someone that gives you that additional help, a place to go for questions. I know if you talk to, Professor C, and, us being coaches, having a coach is great. And I'll put it in the sports reference. There are no professional sport teams that don't have a coach. That coach these guys that make $200 and $300 million to play a sport. Even they need a coach. And most of the time they make more than the coach, but the coach is so critical for their growth. It's important. So having a mentor is that kind of important. Having a mentor is a difference between, I'm going to use a baseball reference. In baseball, the difference between, hitting a 200, which is 2 out of 10 at bat, or a 300 at bat is a difference of about $50 million. Because a hitter that does 3 times at bat, that means they struck out 7 times, but they hit it 3 times, could possibly make anywhere from $10 to $50 million more than the 2 out of 10 batter. And it's because they had a coach. Okay? That's important. Your mentorship is because you have great mentors that are available that are a part of this board of directors. Okay? Excellent. All right. Homework. October 22nd is the big day. It is your elevator pitch. Make sure you have it in your calendar. You should already have the calendar from us. Keep working on your business model and the value model or your research paper. Fill out those 7 levels of deep exercise sheet. And then these are all my social media pages. Connect on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is great for business owners and people that are really getting into the professional world. Those are my Instagram. That's my food page on Chef Joy Blast. Then Big Game Coaching is the coaching page. And then I have a bunch of videos there on YouTube. So, excellent. Make sure. Yeah, I'm back. Excellent. So, everybody has the homework. And before you log off, don't log off yet. We do have a survey. We are still doing the survey at the end. No, we're doing the survey at the end of the second class, correct, LaToya?
The assessment, yes. The survey
Yes, thank you.
tonight's class is in the chat. But yes, assessment day is on Thursday. So we'll do that for both applications of business and entrepreneurship on Thursday.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, scholars, you have any questions or comments and concerns before we end today's session?
I didn't know that.
Any housekeeping from the board?
Do the survey, drop a D in the chat when you're done with the survey.
And also, I wanted to invite anyone who was interested in staying behind to ask any questions regarding what is required of you or being requested of you. If you have any questions about that, now's the time to ask. So feel free to stay until 8:30, and one of us will remain on the line to support and help you out.
The Google Classroom says that it's not that class not found. I just clicked on the link into Google Classroom and it says class not found.
So have you been added into the class? I'm sorry, I'm not sure who's speaking.
Me, Jordan.
Okay, Jordan, did you ever join the Google Classroom? It won't be accessible if you haven't joined it. So let me send you the join link, okay?
Okay, thank you.
So the link I put in the chat would send you directly to the value, composition, materials, and everything that Professor Dre shared tonight. But if you haven't joined the class, you wouldn't be able to access it.
I just want to say I'm loving this group, by the way.
Yes, they're a
Loving this
fantastic group this series.
Loving this group.
Yes. Good.
Walked in with energy. I mean, there was like, there were 17 of you scholars on by like 6:31. 17 out of what, 20? No, wait a minute. Minus four of us that was in here, 4 or 5 of us that was in here. Yeah, it's like, it was amazing. I really didn't even need to give the 5-minute grace period I always give to let people chime in. It was incredible. You guys are awesome. All right, I have a question just to make sure I know what I'm supposed to do for work, just so I can write it down and do it as soon as possible. What? Maybe there was another question. I didn't see the question. Itchy? Hope I said that right. Just to make sure I know what I'm supposed to do for work.
She's not responding in the chat. I think she can come off.
Oh, thank
Hi,
you.
I'm free.
Oh, okay.
I'm like kind of free for like a moment. I just want to make sure like I know what I'm supposed to do, like, work wise, like to do like the business canvas thing, or like and everything else around the area.
That is correct. So what we're building on is taking your business plan, finishing it up, and you're using the business model and the value proposition canvas to finish out the rest of the business that you're going to launch. All that information is going to be put together for your final pitch at the end of the course. All of that is going to be pieces of information. And when you get to your Pitch Perfect class, Professor K, she'll be able to, put all of that together, because all the information that you're gathering is you're actually building a business plan, especially to prepare you for the advanced class. Using the models in the canvas and the 7 levels, those are all additional tools to fill out your business plan, and also to fill out, and fill, I mean, like, literally like fill up, to fill out your pitch as well when you get to the end of course. So to answer your question, yes, all of that is included in the work that needs to be done.
All right, that was mostly it. But thank you.
Okay, cool.
I want to say,
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am. Go right ahead.
For my type of business, can I do the research paper, or I have to do the business model canvas?
Well, it depends. I know you talked about being a neurosurgeon and going to school and deciding on schools you're going to go to, but you also wanted to start the business for the homeless, right? So I would suggest to pick the one that you're most passionate about, that you can do enough research on, so that you can fill out the different assignments and be able to have that either guided research paper for the end of course, or to be able to pitch your product. Does that make sense? I don't, because for you, I can even hear the passion when you were talking about both of them. One isn't necessarily more important than the other, right? They're both very important to you, because you was like, hey, I'm gonna do this homeless thing. Well, I'm going to school for neuroscience. I'm gonna be a neurosurgeon. So I'm like, okay, she's got this planned out. So that would necessarily be on you. Which one do you have more passion about? That's why we introduce the guided research, because some people, they're a little bit more passionate about, going into the workplace, doing things like you have to go to school to be a brain surgeon, there's certain jobs out there that you have to go to school and get the education before you get into that field, right? And so you have that option, but you want to pick it early, right? Like, probably sometime this evening before we get on this call on Thursday, so that you'll be more prepared to add all the information that you need to be prepared for the end of course.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.
You're so welcome.
Hi, I just had a question. So, again, I wasn't in the meetings for the first week because I was training for my job. So I don't really know what the business model canvas or the value proposition canvas is, or what an elevator pitch is.
Excellent. Latoya, you want to maybe bring her up to speed? I guess we can give her the videos from the previous two.
I was just thinking that. Yeah, so Megan, all of our videos are on YouTube. I can share the link with you, or I can email it if that's easier.
Email, please.
It's
Okay,
on the
sure.
website as well.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the recordings can be found on the website or on YouTube. So I'll send both links to you so you can watch them at your convenience.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We were supposed to record this session, right?
One more.
Yeah, it's
Oh, go
recorded.
ahead, Jordan. Sorry, I was talking to my fellow board members.
They're great
I
questions.
realized I never took off the record, and I was like, wait a minute.
The classroom code, it says class not found. So
I didn't send you a code, Jordan. You mean the link?
yeah, once I pressed the link, it said a code of some sort. So I pressed join, it said class not found.
Okay, so I gotta find out. Do you have a class email address? Because if you're trying to access it with a class email address, it's not going to work. Can you?
No, I'm using a regular email.
Okay, can you put your email in the chat? I know you've been direct messaging me. So if you can put your email in the chat, then I can just add you to the classroom.
Sure thing. Just give me a second, please.
I also put
Hi,
the
Megan.
link.
You're welcome, Megan. Have a good night.
Good night, Megan. I placed the link in the group chat as well, so everyone can click on it, and it'll take you directly to our programs page. And then at the bottom, if you scroll all the way up or down to the bottom, you'll see all of the videos. Click on the appropriate one though for the fall 2024 series, fundamentals.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
I put my email in there.
Okay, no problem, Jordan. I'll add you to the class.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night, Jordan.
All right, I think that's everybody.
Yep, and you can stop the recording.
Boom.